What is up, people? Okay, so noon Zooms are not a big hit. Basically, nobody's coming to them. So instead, maybe this will make more sense. And so I just finished the workout that is assigned for today. And so you can kind of just push play on that video and then follow along if you like. Well, maybe that will be better served. I am going to put together a shorter version for those of you who work just fine independently, all by yourselves. So let's talk about what we're going to do today, or what I just finished doing. It's pretty nasty, but it's not really API. But it's set up that way where you're going to work for specifically 40 seconds and take 20 seconds of rest. Let's talk about the warm-up first. Warm-up. I want you to do 5 on each side, Spider-Man and reach, followed by Cossack squats, and then a door frame stretch. So literally find a door frame, just a shoulder stretch in there. If you can reach back and make contact with your hand and interlock them, great. If you can't, maybe try or get a towel and try to bridge that gap however you can. But I only want you to spend about 20 seconds in there. It doesn't have to be 20 specific seconds. Just count yourself to 20 and that'll be enough, I promise. Switch sides, obviously. Quad stretch, pretty straightforward. And then a bird dog. I want you to do all 5 on each side in a row. So don't alternate. We usually alternate. Don't alternate. Go through that 2 times. I didn't write it on the board, but go through it 2 times. Make sure that you're nice and warm. That's the whole point. Warm up. And then I want you to do a practice round of each of these movements, okay? So in the interim, so like right around here time frame, you would do a couple of each rep. All right, this is 3 rounds. 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Starts with a goblet squat, moves to a non-dominant hand press into push press. So that means you're gonna strict press that as many times as you can until it gets sketchy or really hard, and go into push press. Now, if you can just do that straight for 40 seconds, great. If you have an option to do something heavier that you can't do for 40 seconds, I would prefer you to do that. So if you have a 35 and you do a 35 and it's 40 seconds straight of strict pressing, dude, that's phenomenal. Good job. Get a 50 and for the next round. Get a 50, do 20 seconds of work and then 20 seconds of push presses, okay? Then that's gonna move to a non-dominant hand row. This you probably can work for 40 seconds, really no matter how heavy it is. This shouldn't be a real problem. I want you to focus 100% on your lat. In the video, you can see my hand is my non-working hand is right in front of my kneecap, and that's just to make sure that my spine angle is correct and that I can access that lat muscle. Okay, so we want to use the lat. Non-dominant press, non-dominant row into non-dominant thrusters. Okay, you know what this is? Full squat into a push press. Okay, then we're gonna switch sides. So go dominant hand pressing, same deal, into a push press, 20 seconds of work, and then 20 seconds of push presses, ideally. Then a dominant hand on the row, then a dominant thruster, and then a 1 minute rest. It's actually 1 minute and 20 because you get that extra 20 seconds on the back end. I want you to do that 3 times. That is going to take you 24 minutes, okay? This is a long workout. It's worthwhile. It's awesome. The shoulders are gonna be firing. You're gonna get a good metabolic response out of that as well. And I hope you enjoy it. Work hard.
First piece of the warm-up, Spider-Man and stretch. What we're looking for is elbow come as close to the ground as possible, reach as high as you can, reach the sky. So inside elbow goes to the inside of your foot, same hand goes to the sky. Switch sides. Do the same thing. Again, elbow as deep as you can get it. Then reach to the sky, get a nice rotation through your spine. If you get a little crack through there, you're welcome. Next piece, Cossack squat. What we want out of a Cossack squat is a nice wide stance. You're going to come to one side, and then you'll see I kind of correct here to try to be a little more vertical. Sink as deep as you can onto each side, and then come back. So I want you to do 5 on each side in a row. So left, left, 5 times. Again, try and keep your chest as upright as possible. Sit back and make sure your booty muscle is doing that work. You're balanced through your midfoot more toward your heel. So again, 5 on each side. Alright, next part, find a door frame, lean into that door frame, put your elbow in there. You're going to get a shoulder stretch, lat stretch, and while you're in there, try and take your opposite hand and make contact with your hands. If you can't do that, get a towel for the next round and see if you can bridge that gap a little bit with the towel. Just kind of walk your hands closer and closer and closer, get a good stretch. That's going to create a good stretch not only through the one that's planted against the door, but also the one that's on or being stretched on the front side. Switch sides. Again, let that kind of marinate in there. We're only looking for like a 20 count. And then again, one side might be better than the other. You can see on this side, my right arm is a little less flexible than my left. So hold in there, make contact, get as much stretch out of both of those shoulders as you can. Just count yourself to 20 or so. And that's long enough. Okay, shake that out as you come out. Next piece, what we're looking for here is a quad stretch. So just kind of kick your leg up, give it a little tug, and then alternate to the next leg. 5 total. If you count left and right is 1. Bird dog. Last piece for this warm up. So bird dog, I want you to do one side at a time. You're going to come on all fours, squeeze your abs. You can see I adjust my abs. You should have like a little bit of an arch in your back. Make sure you don't overextend. So we're reaching for distance. Squeeze your glute. Reach for distance through the shoulder. Do all 5 on one side. Come all the way in. Bring that knee toward the elbow on the way in. Extend it right back out. So what we're trying to do is warm up our midline, our abs, and our core. Okay, basic goblet squat. Driving those knees to the outside. Sit deep. Keep your chest tall. Weight should be centered over the middle of your foot. More toward the back of your foot. You should be able to drive through the ground. Okay, strict press. Keep everything nice and tight. Abs are tight, butt's tight. No help from the lower body. Just strict press until you cannot strict press anymore. And then you're going to push press. From here, put your hand right in front of your kneecap or on your kneecap. That'll ensure that you get the right spinal angle. Pull your elbow as far back as you can. Again, same thing on the other side. Or I'm sorry, thruster. Full squat. Propel it up and over. Control it back down. Do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Again, everything stays nice and tight. Strict press. You can switch that to a push press when you get tired. Start using your lower body. Again, hands right in front of the kneecap or on the kneecap. Driving my elbow as far back as I can go. It's almost like I'm pulling across my body. And then a thruster. Use all that momentum to press overhead, control back down to your shoulder. And there are your movements for today. Enjoy, guys. Have a good one. Peace.